Welcome back, everyone. Today I bring you the third game in the series between Blitz-War and GoldenPanzer. A few days too late because I had real life stuff going on. Sorry for that, but those things can happen. And we are on Vertigo Duel for the showdown between those two players. On the left-hand side in blue, we have Blitz-War playing the 5E Division Blindee, or whatever it would be pronounced in French correctly. And on the right hand side, we have GoldenPanzer playing again 39Y, Gaurds Motorized. So I'm also 99% sure he didn't even change his deck around. And I think those are two decent choices for Vertigo Duel, with GoldenPanzer having better long-range tools with, T-80BVs are just better than AMX-30s. The Sturm has longer range than anything Blitz can bring. Blitz, by the way, again with a 49 out of 50 deck, even though he has 1 point slots left because reasons. Blitz-War, on the other hand, has pretty good forward deploy with all the AMX-10s. Infantry-wise, it's actually technically GoldenPanzer has the advantage with the Motorazvedka that are better than the French recon infantry, except for the Dragon powers. But then again, that's a GSR squad that you don't really want to use in combat capacities. Blitz, though, bringing quite a lot of recon. Specifically, he also takes some VAP Milans on top of bringing both cards of the AMX-10s. I mean, everybody that takes both cards of the AMX-10s, I don't think there's anybody in their right mind that would take only one. Actually, let's start with the blue deployment and let's see what's going on there. One squad of Dragon Paras going into the building here in the middle between Anna and Boris. So we're still looking on the game from GoldenPanzer's perspective, apparently. Then we have quite a lot of recon stuff here. So, the deployment is still going on though, so subject to change for the moment. We have one AMX-10 Sur Blindee, so this is the little bit better. It's not a tank, but armored recon vehicle. You can see it's also one of the only two units in the game that has the Dazzler. It makes it so that ATGMs have a 10% lower chance to hit you. Then one more armor and two more penetration than the normal AMX-10. Oh no, it's actually two Sur Blindees and one normal AMX-10. Then the VBL Milan, so the recon vehicle with the Milan 2 on top, which is very, very potent, but lacks smoke. Has good stealth though, so there are decent vehicles. It's just that the activation points in 5E's recon type are pretty rough. Then we have one normal recon squad going to the center, two recon squads going to the bottom, and an Alouette going to the bottom as well, and a command jeep going for the bottom. Tarask going for the middle, 3 Tarasks going to the top side. Pretty immense investment there into Tarasks. And no long range air defense. 3 reservists with the LRAC, which is a new unit. So those are, as you can see, reservists within an AT launcher. 10-man squad, Sartento, and the Milan 2. So already a little bit of a weird deployment because there's quite a heavy investment into the top side, but then only reserve infantry could make it hard for him to push through here. But anyway, let's see what GoldenPanzer is quickly. 2 more Razvedka, one going to the top, one more to the center, 1 Razvedka in the bottom side, and 2 Sturms. Very defensively at the bottom side. T-80BV going to the center, another T-80BV going a little bit more to the top. Motostroki Metis and Concourse trying to defend. Anna it is. SU-27 coming in strafing the Alouette. Well, I mean, not really a worthy target, but on the other hand, no air defense for Blitz-War, so nothing to really counter that. Motor Svedka is eaten alive right now by all the enemy vehicles. VBL Milan gets the BTR, but the Motor Strike unload in time. 2 coups actually at the start. That's a hefty investment in the air defense. That's a bit weird. Motor Strike Command and Sturm. Then also rounding up the deployment at the top side. Yeah, that's a bit of a weird deployment. Don't know why he didn't replace one of the T-80BVs with a BVK to then drive through and not have this Motor Strike Command here for whatever reason. And then 2 coups at the start. Like, they are also not particularly good against helicopters. You're not gonna face air spam from the beginning against a 5E. So yeah, I don't know. The bottom side completely controlled by Blitz-War, not contested by GoldenPanzer at all. The top side, he is advancing, but yeah, now you have those reservists here that it did manage to push into the forest line because yeah, nothing was in there in time because the AMX-10s were too dangerous. Too much of a danger for anything to go in there, and also, to be fair, there wasn't much there. There was only 1 infantry squad and 1 recon infantry squad. AMX-10s now going to the bottom side actually, so those Motor Svedka here should be toast. Metis here also not standing a big chance, but reservists should be pushed back very soon. The top side with 2 Tarasks, VBL Milan and VLRA 50 cal is fairly well secured for the moment, though 2 Tarasks might be a bit too much. Well, then again, it's a good deterrent that some random attack helicopter doesn't just come in and kill you off. Sturm killing off the VBL Milan, yeah, that's what you would expect in this case of an engagement, because the Sturm just outranges the Milan too. Misses the Tarask though, that's a bit unlucky. AMX-10 now in range of the ATGM, or in sight rather. Misses though, maybe yeah, I think this was the missile from the T-80BV hits. Motor Strike coming in, the Dragon Paras will chip away at it with their sniper rifle. 1250 meter range. Not a sniper squad though, so it doesn't get bonuses the sniper gets in accuracy and damage. Bottom side still completely silent. Yeah, I also think 2 Sturms at the bottom were a bit of an overinvestment. SU-27 comes in to strafe the Dragon Paras. Like, it's interesting. One of the players heavily invested into anti-helicopter AA, and the other invested heavy into anti-plane AA. And both of the AAs turned out to be pretty useless. Though I understand more why I would go for a heavy investment into anti-helicopter AA playing against, well, any Soviet division with armored attack helicopters, which is a lot of them. Mirage F1 coming in, though, against the 2 coups. Now, this is a pretty bad idea, unless obviously both of them miss. That's unlucky. Razvetka here now being found out, and yeah, stands no chance against the VLRA 50 cal and the Tarasco. Oh, the Jaguar AT though gets 1-tapped. I'm pretty sure it was just a 1-tap crit by a coup. Might also have been 2 of them hitting. SU-27 dying in the back. The what? I didn't even watch it because I was sure that the SU-27 would be able to get out. I mean, the Mirage of 1 at least gets killed on the retreat, but oh my god, that's very unlucky. 30% ECM for the Mirages. I can't look at them now, but very shitty missiles. Oof. And yeah, 39 basically only gets 2 fighters because the other fighter card is the absolute garbage MiG-23s. And GoldenPanzer also takes only 1. SU-27 strafes the Alouette that was in the back line. Pretty cheeky actually. Could have gotten some important information on what the reinforcements look like. And they are pretty heavy. Now we have 3 T-80BVs here. Makes sense because none of them has been killed. As one of the other AMX-10s died to something? Yeah, it looks like that. Must have missed that. Sorry. More Motor Strike coming in. No Metis though. BTR here driving through, and there's nothing there. Like, all the reservists are dead. 2 AMX-10s are dead, and the third one is at the bottom. reinforcements coming in, but now there's 2 Roland 3s, which is a bit of an overreaction. Like, we haven't seen a single strike craft yet. Though I guess he's afraid of being struck to death by bombers, because as I said, he has no long-range air defense at all. But at the moment, he doesn't even have any like ground defense. So yeah, 2 Rolands might be a bit of an overinvestment at this point in time. Yeah, AMX10 retreats. That's definitely a good decision to make. Conqueror's moving up. Acacia has also been bought in. AMX auf 1 also bought in from Blitz-War, so both now have 1 howitzer. More infantry coming in, this time in the BMP-2s, the Motor Strelky. And yeah, this will be very dangerous to Blitz-War. He has managed to get quite an advantage though, once the command of GoldenPanzer is finally in the sector here in Boris. Blitz-War will be up over 600 points, most likely. AMX10 now in a very bad position, though I don't even know if it has smoke left. If it has, it definitely needs to use it. Because it's not going to hit anything moving either way, and with being stunned to death. Like, okay, this miss was actually pretty close, funnily enough. Howitzer trying to counter battery, but Golden moved his stuff, so well done. Counter battery with howitzers is mostly not a great idea. The heavy ones might get something done, like the M110 or the Malka, but even there it's questionable. Might need both of them. And well, against SPGs, your enemy will move them, most likely anyway. And yeah, now Blitz-War has been pushed out. GoldenPanzer gets his command in, and it's even close to 700 points of an advantage, which is pretty dangerous. Bottom side is pretty undefended though. Command also sitting here not doing anything. Could be moved back to upvet the artillery, though yeah, I guess he might be afraid that GoldenPanzer might move in to reinforce it, but if you see such a unit composition or unit density on one side of the map, you can be sure that there's nothing going on at the bottom side. There might be some defensive units, as we know, but that's it. It would also be very weird for him to invest into the bottom side now after he's already invested so heavily in the top side. If something, he might use his units to like go down the center line here, but fairly unlikely for him to attack from this vector here. T-80s now being targeted by a bunch of ATGMs though, and Hot 2 is a very, very dangerous one. He again takes the Wap Mephisto, not the other. I have again forgotten the name of the other. There it is. He also has it, the AMX10 Hot. So this is the other vehicle with the Hot 2 that what to say, the Americans, that the French get, that also gets smoke. That's why I prefer it. It's slower though. So this one here is wheeled, so it gets 100 kilometers an hour on the road. But I would rather prefer the slower one, but have the possibility to smoke it off and retreat, which is extremely strong. AMX30B2 command coming in. Don't know if this is really necessary at the moment, because he really needs more stuff to stabilize his line. Even though for the moment, GoldenPanzer isn't moving forward anymore. A bit weird to use your supply truck right next to the howitzer as well, because you will now waste supply for the howitzer and not repairing your tanks, so that's a bit of a mistake. There would have not been enough to repair the 2 T-80BVs anyway, because they were damaged very heavily. But now there's 4 T-80BVs, 2 coups in the back, a bit too close together. You want to spread them out a little bit more so that they don't get hit by one artillery barrage, for example, or get stunned down both by one artillery barrage. AMX30, yeah, taking a big hit from the T-80BV, retreats in time though, and that smokes off. Yeah, well, that was a bit overkill, but better be safe than sorry, I guess. Brings in supply. I didn't have any supply here before. Oof, that's bad. Milan 2 moving up to a pretty good position on the hill here. It's often forgotten by a lot of people for I don't know what reason. Like, you can have a look at the sideline here. Like, that's pretty good. And yeah, well, a lot of people forget it. Obviously, this goes for both sides. Like, if people get shot at by an ATGM from there, they just forget that you can have ATGMs there and might not see it at all. Bottom side, still nothing going on. Milan 2 being called in for reinforcements. Yeah, I mean, that's decent. It's not like in the series between I'm a Whale and Jacob, I think, where the bottom side was reinforced by like infantry squads. That's not what you want. Yeah, Milan 2, maybe 2 if you really think danger is imminent, which in this case it isn't. And yeah, Milan 2 and Mephisto. Oh well, okay, they targeted the Was. Tarask, well, did run out of ammo. Oh yeah, oof, that's bad. Though the 50 cal still has more than enough ammo. Well, the striker retreats anyway. Conquers, does it see the AMX-10 or just like a VLRA? Okay, just a VLRA. Oh no, the Mephisto. Oh, that could be a... Ah, that's painful. Because that Milan 2 here also in a very weird position. It's way too close. Now there's 4 AMX-30s. Oh, Conquerors died to the artillery. 2 of them though are very low. So yeah, really needs the supplies to be there. Yeah, you should really have your supplies in, you know, beforehand. Don't wait until your tanks are already damaged. It's hard to do, obviously. You don't want to over-invest. Oh, BMP-2 gets sniped on the way. Oof. With the RPG, Motostrike most likely still in it. But yeah, you don't want to obviously over-invest into your supply before you actually need it. But on the other hand, with the fact that like recon is still broken and your tanks will always take a hit from an ATGM before you can even see it, or not always, but most of the time, you will need supply anyway. So at least have like one nearby so you can reload the smoke or something. The mortars here actually going for the town, but you can see it not doing any damage. To be fair, that targeted the Concourse, it was dead already anyway. But you can also see that even if the Concourse was still there, the damage would have been really minor. Katsu tried to counter battery, got a good hit on one of the mortars, but no kill. Motostrike here really struggling to kill off the Tarask and now are getting hit by the VLRA. Milan 2 gets killed. Actually the one in the forest line here, so not the one in the building down below. More infantry coming in. One T-80BV there on the top. A little bit of a weird position. What did the Tarask die to? BMP-2 maybe? Yeah, most likely. Now some infantry is coming into the bottom side. I guess because he's bogged down at the top and there's been now massive investments by his enemy. Can the Motostrike? No, they can't see the AMX-30B2, so okay, he will get contest the sector at least, which will give him a tick. Okay. But I mean, smoking off the corner is mostly like a desperation move you do when it's already bad, so doing it so early is a bit oof. Don't know if this was actually necessary. Like, he was almost 700 points ahead, so he could have also just build up a defensive line here and then try to use artillery, maybe also air, because the Coups are still fairly far back to whittle down the enemy T-80BVs. But now, yeah, he just has to retreat again. Milan 2 in the building finally gets killed. On the top side, well, the bottom side, sorry, the units still need to get there. Pretty big investment in the middle, not doing anything pretty much at the moment, so this is not very well done. And I mean, the one BMP that tried to go down here died to the Milan 2, so also not optimal. It's also a bit of the problem if you split your attack, like, you really need a superiority of force somehow to get into the enemy sector, if it is defended at all. Even one ATGM might be enough, though this one here might run out of ammo, funnily enough. So you either need to artillery it, which means that you have to know where it is, or superiority of force. Both things aren't happening for the moment. Second howitzer being brought in. Oh, and one is actually put on the Milan 2, which is, yeah, as I said, almost out of ammo. Top side, heavy howitzer fire from Blitz-War to get rid of the Conquerors teams of his enemies. Good idea. Another VLRA 50 cal dies as the one on the bottom side. Was low HP for a long time. AMX-10 here pretty much forgotten. Yeah, nothing happening to it. Chasseurs here just sitting, waiting for his enemy to advance, which his enemy isn't doing. Now we have a big blob of T-80BVs here. Infantry coming in to maybe start a bit of a flanking maneuver, or also secure the flank. Another BMP-2 dies. Motosterki on the top side also dead. BMP-2 the bottom side now dead as well, but Midan-2 now out of ammo. So can't do anything to defend itself. AMX-10 being called in to help with the situation, but might be rough. SU-27 circling, just in case, I would guess. Akatsuki coming in for this. Midan-2 should be able to kill it. Not if it keeps missing. Oh, one supply vehicle getting killed. That's definitely annoying. But also no Concourse left to resupply, so not that bad. Yeah, and actually a howitzer doesn't know nothing against Midan-2. That's why I'll even put 2 howitzers on such small weapon teams, because yeah, these things can happen. Just not a single shell hits. AMX-10 though now doing a great job, and with 3 BTRs coming in, yeah, oof, that's definitely bad news, because they can do nothing against it. It's also normal Motosterki, so they just need to advance over the open. But then after the AMX-10 is dead, there is nothing left there. Second AMX-10 coming in. Maybe 2 commandos actually being called in, but they are very far away. T-80BV now going in there. Another Motosterki BMP. And, well, once the bottom side is taken, GoldenPanzer will be in a +2 tick. Well, if he takes... no, wait, if he takes 1 bottom zone, he's at a +2. If he takes 2, both bottom zones, he's at a +4. So, this is pretty bad for Blitz-War, because there's no way for him at the moment to push back at the top side. Like, he has a lot of AMX-30 B2s, but they still just stand no chance against the T-80s. That's the whole problem. And what would be the support you need? Howitzers, planes, the Hot 2 helicopters maybe? Could use some also like ATGM launchers behind your AMX-30s. But that would require quite a lot of micro. And at the moment, like, the bottom side is looking really bad for Blitz-War. Command infantry finally coming in. No, he's not in a position to snipe it off on the way. Unfortunately for him. VLR A50 here, killing off the BTR, and they can't spot it in return. Because this one is recon, they aren't. Motosterki just sitting around being forgotten about, it seems like. Interestingly enough, he is still able to hold on the little bridgehead here. A Blitz-War, that is. Don't really know why GoldenPanzer allows this. Yeah, and now he gets his infantry in. Commandos are giga-stranded here against the T-80BV. BMP-2 could also come in from the side, though he might be a bit afraid of ATGMs or AMX-10s in the forest line here, which is fair enough. Well, T-80BV needs to go back a little bit so it doesn't get hit by the AT launchers. Because, yeah, for the moment it is a bit too close. French obviously get the long-range AT launchers on pretty much all of their infantry. And now GoldenPanzer is already at a +2. And now he just needs to get in the command at this sector here. And there's nothing defending it. The Eclavers are not any defense. AMX-30Bs coming in. Oh, this is the older tank with the heat shells and the worst armor. That's not gonna cut it. Helicopter completely uncontested. No air defense at all at the bottom side. 2 Tarasks coming in now though. So they might be good. Well, they could do a good job against the Mi-24. This one has 10% ECM. And 8 HP, so 2 Tarasks should still be able to kill it. Mirage 5 cluster coming in. Yeah, really not a good plane because it's a high altitude bomber with a pretty lackluster bomb load. Oh, Mirage F1 diving in though. Yeah, good idea, because actually GoldenPanzer also doesn't have any air defense at the bottom side. Coops no might be able to hit it on its way out. They do, but no kill, no crit this time. T-80BV gets hit by the Gazelle. And yes, also still no air defense. Yeah, now he buys in some Eagles. A bit too late. Maybe so. You know, Iglas are fairly cheap, especially now with them being price buffed recently. Buying them in, you know, in advance, like 2 of them, can be a pretty good idea. You just need to get a move on. But yeah, the problem with buying in these infantry commands is that it's hard to relocate them after you have bought them into a sector. At the top side now, a pretty big push coming in, but like there's no smoke to help with, and there's a massive ATGM line at the top. In Mirage 5 cluster doing literally nothing. His AMX30s are now stuck in the open against T-80BVs and ATGMs. Though 2 T-80BVs are very low actually, so that's something at least. There's 2 other T-80BVs sitting behind it already. So yeah, just a horrible situation. Attack went nowhere. Is it another AMX30 that died? I think so. The ATGM is coming from here, I guess. Yeah, there was a small sideline here to a third T-80BV that's now also very low. With just 4 supply vehicles in the back. They could move them up here as well. Also bring those ATGMs into a little bit of a better position. Top side, commanders are all dead. Grenadier voltigeurs are also gonna be dead soon, for sure. T-80BV targets the AMX30 with its ATGM. Then it can't do anything other than smoke off and retreat. So the big advantage of the French is that their tanks all have autocannons, so you're better against infantry. Makes sense. But I think picking it against another tank division that gets access to heavy tanks, it's always a bit of a gamble. It really depends on how your enemy plays it and how you play it. If you don't get the early advantage, you really are in a tough spot, as we can see now. Because grinding your way back in later on is super hard. Even if you have the numerical superiority, your tanks are just such glass cannons that, especially T-80BVs that then also have the ATGM to outrange you, will really have an easy job to get rid of you. And in this case, you know, Blitz doesn't even have that many tanks in his deck, honestly. So, also not that viable of a strategy. Like against 7th, for example, like I have lost on this map, playing 7th against 5e. It's a different story because you have the range on the T-72s. But yeah, against 39th, you really don't have any big advantages, honestly. You have better infantry, which on Vertigo doesn't matter as much. Coups get the Mirage 5. Also, Mirage 5 is just a horrible choice. Just never take the plane. It's not like the Tornado. The Tornado has bigger bombs and it has more bombs. The Mirage 5 is just bad. Rather take the HE bomber. It's at least a dive bomber and gets a lot of damage on target as well. Tries to counter battery one of the howitzers. Yeah, well, as expected, doesn't get the kill. Suppresses it though, quite a bit. And now has full control of the bottom side. He just needs to reroute something to, what is it? What's the name of the sector? To center. Okay, that's a dumb name. The only thing stopping him is basically this AMX-10. Yeah, which can't get spotted by anything. Well, I mean, I guess this is one of the advantages you have, that the AMX-10s are pretty much invisible unless you have recon right in their face. But against such a superiority of forces, that doesn't help you in any shape, way, or form. More supply needs to be brought up into the city, though. Quite a lot of squads are low health, and just like, come on, you know that the Blitz-War has invested massively in the top. You can assume that the bottom side is very unprotected. Like, just attack it. There's nothing there to defend it. 2 Tarasques, that's it. And the AMX-10 that's now low health only has 5 shells left and no smoke and is retreating. You have 2 T-80BVs. Bro. Coups being bought in, definitely a good idea. Both coups at the top have actually vetted up. Okay, that's interesting. T-80BVs also a little bit too far back, need to be moved up. No close range air defense on the top side as well. Need some Iglas there. Or Strela 10Ms. Though with him having the advantage now, I honestly would rather take the Igla, because it's stealthier and you don't need the mobility if you're defending. Puma, yeah, gets killed by the Iglas. Ay. Yeah, or, I mean, I guess that's also fair enough. Just bring in the ASU-27 and strafe the Gazelle. That, no, it was an Alouette. Oh, sorry. I thought it was a Gazelle hot. Yeah, my bad. Even less of a valuable target. Still gets killed off by the ASU-27 because why not? The Roland 3s have retreated, I guess. Have they been killed by something? Oh, I guess they have been killed by the Motostrelki. Oh, oh, sorry, I missed it completely. That the Motostrelki were already in here. What the hell? Yeah, that went quickly. And very badly, actually, because now there's no air defense at the top side as well. And sorry, not Blitz-War, GoldenPanzer still has 2 LGBs that he could use. Yeah, Howitzer trying to do something. Might get the Rozvedka. Commandos also in the forest line here. Like, again, this would be good as a defense, but he was trying to attack here, lost a lot of units, didn't reinforce the bottom side enough to also defend it, and yeah, now finally GoldenPanzer realizes that the bottom side is completely open. Maybe he drives in more than just a single BTR. Like, you need something to spot, obviously, because the Éclaireurs have an AT launcher of their own, which is typical French fashion, 750 meters. BMP-2 misses. Oh, bruh. AMX-10 gets repaired at the far back. Also, Blitz-War doesn't even try to defend or get back into the bottom side, which means that he will need to do an all-in on the top side. Like, there's no other choice. There's 12 minutes left. With the massive unit concentration GoldenPanzer has at the bottom side. He's still not pushing into center, by the way. This is a massively wasted chance here. Like, you're not gonna be able to get enough units together to get an attack going into the bottom side. But then again, like, it also doesn't have enough to attack on the top side. T-80BV needs to smoke off. It's very low. Oh my god. Also took a hit from the Brandis, which has... Yeah, I'm not comparing two Brandises, but the Brandis should have more penetration than the standard AMX-30. Yeah, 2 more pen. So that's at least something. Then they both missed the BTR. Lol. Like, come on, move in, do it. Just ah. Ah, that's painful. AMX-30 B2 in a weird position. One T-80BV forgotten in the backline, needs to be moved up. One Akatse actually being almost counter-batteried by only the one AMX Alpha 1. Yeah, there's only the one. Interesting. Yeah, 2 Brandises moving in again, though one is still hit. Would it be enough to be one shot by a T-80BV? Oh, I'm not sure. I think not. From the front, I mean. 2 more Roland 3s coming in. By the way, also in that position, I think that's pretty bad because they have no sideline because they're being blocked by the hill. Okay, TRM 2000 being destroyed. Finally, he gets a move on the bottom side. Took him long enough. T-80BV took either a side shot from the AMX-10. Though, yeah, no, that would have also not been a one shot, or might have been taken a side shot from the command. Recon spot here, sorry. But he finally moves in. T-80BVK also on its way into the sector. Mirage 5 cluster, absolutely useless. Does nothing, just dies. Waste supply from GoldenPanzer, but he has more than enough. Howitzer was moved out of the way. Moves in here without any artillery support. AMX-30 B2 at least can provide some support. Yeah, but now GoldenPanzer will be at a +4 tick. Nothing here, except for the P4 command, which you might use to wait until GoldenPanzer dries out of the sector. But why would he? There's no sector to capture here for him, so he will just wait here. So the P4 is just stranded and absolutely useless. 2 storms in the back, completely forgotten about, by the way. Would have happened to every one of us. We all know it. T-80BV here also not moving up anywhere. A lot of units at the top side being unloaded now, finally. Motostrelki and the BMP-2s. Both coups missed the Mirage F1. Unlucky. Artillery now going after the AMX-30, but it had moved already. The commandos here are absolutely toast. against 3 BMP-2s and a T-80BV. They managed to retreat in time. And now, yeah, he tries to smoke in. But even if he gets his tank into here and completely captures the zone, his enemy is still at a +2. Oof, so I really don't see a way back in for Blitz-War. In this case, even more infantry coming into the bottom side to reinforce it. Man. Then also 2 AMX 10s being quoted in, I guess, just to prevent him from pushing through. But again, why would you do it? There's literally nothing here. That's the biggest problem of the map. Like, the bottom side just ends with those 2 sectors. There's no reason to push beyond that. MI-24P being called in. We'll get the AMX-30 if it hits. It doesn't hit. Well, okay, last Kokon. Maybe it hits. Oh, it smokes. Oh! Okay, that's bullshit. That smoke was definitely early enough, in my book. Tries to counter battery the mortars. Might get one of them killed even. Yes, kills one of them. Does it even really matter at this point? No. AMX30B2 just drives in, gets killed. Like, also, like, why would you smoke and then drive into the smoke with your tanks? Like, no, don't do that. This is a bad idea. Smokes off his tanks and retreats them now. And, yeah. He accepts that there was no way back for him and surrenders. Kill death ratio also massively in favor of GoldenPanzer. Yeah, you really need to use your early advantage with the AMX 10s with 5e against 39Y. Otherwise, you just stand no chance against heavy tanks and ATGMs. And we can see here T-80BV getting good amount of kills. Storm Hero also the decent kill list. Coops obviously controlling the air, and yeah, Mirage 5. No, never buy it. S-57's funnily enough only getting recon helicopters. But he Coops did their job, so that's fine. And you can see T-80BV here getting 2 AMX 30s. Akatsya only actually getting a few kills. Other T-80BV actually got one of the... Oh no! Oh, I completely missed that. I'm sorry. AMX of 1 was killed. So there was a second one being brought in, but I guess it was too close to the front lines and got sniped. Oh no. Yeah, don't bring your artillery too close to the front lines. I know this always looks cool and very effective, but it's also can go back and like bite you in the ass very, very quickly. Yeah, T-80BV is just ruling. I think he killed maybe 1 T-80BV throughout the whole game. Maybe 2. Yeah, let's see. In the kill list, you can see the early push really not getting a lot of stuff. Even though the early deployment from GoldenPanzer wasn't that great, but the thing is just that Blitz-War also didn't have anything to like utilize his gains that he could have gotten early on. Oh, the little cat has got here. I need to pet him. Sorry, because he's very cute. Yeah, AMX of 1 only getting 2 Conquerors teams here. The VLRI 50 kill actually being a monster. Getting, how many is it? 1, 2, 3, 5 BTRs. Good God. And other than that, not really anything else. And the other AMX of 1 getting 3 infantry squads. I mean, those 2 here are good. Redka only 4-man squads or whatever. Yeah, here's 1 T-80BVK that died. Let's see. A normal T-80BV that died to the AMX30B2 Brandis. Oh yeah, right, that was on the top side. So they make it 2 T-80BVs. I'm gonna call it T-80BVK also, it's just a T-80BV, and that's it. Yeah, that's all he got throughout the whole game. And yeah, I mean, once your enemy has a critical amount of T-80BVs, it's just literally pointless to even try fighting against it. If they also have air defense up. He didn't even try to get in his Jaguar ATs, which was weird. I mean, rather than getting the weird cluster, like the suicide your AT planes, that would have been a better choice. But yeah, I understand his position. You know, you don't want to give up if it's a best of 3 and it's the 3rd game. And yeah, definitely nice try. Well played by both of them, and that means that GoldenPanzer gets to go to the next stage. And I think I will cast his next games as well. I even can't remember which Is it then the quarterfinals? No, it should be the semifinals. Yeah, sorry, I haven't really been keeping up with like real life stuff going on. I'm still a bit tired actually as well. I promise betterment and give you more information in the next video, so you actually know what's going on. And I hope to see you in the next video. And until then, have a beautiful day and bye bye.